with respect to diversity.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Fraser.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur le Président. Thank you very much, Minister, for being here today, and Ms. Campbell, thank you so much for being here, and certainly for all of your good work leading the advisory panel. I think it has led to an excellent choice for the Supreme Court of Canada, and I just commend you and all of the members of the advisory board for the great work that you did in the service to Canada. I think it reflects very well on the process to have somebody of Justice Rowe's caliber to be selected, and certainly will serve Canada well in the future to learn lessons of what perhaps could be improved. But I would like to ask you, Ms. Campbell, about, I'm from Atlantic Canada. I'm a lawyer from Nova Scotia, and I know that myself and my colleagues were certainly watching with interest to see what would happen with regard to the custom of regional representation, and we believed, we believe that was an important aspect, and it certainly was part of the process. So what I'd like to ask you, Ms. Campbell, is how did the advisory panel view the regional representation as far as getting, at least as you said, 2 names on the short list? How did that happen? Was it viewed in isolation from the rest of the candidates, for example, or was there some other way that the conversation happened regarding the importance of regional representation?
Again, the terms of reference were clear. At no time was that a difficult thing to fulfill. Atlantic Canada sent us outstanding candidates, and so it wasn't something where we sat around saying, "Oh my gosh, we better rustle up a couple of Atlantic Canadians to put on our list." Au contraire, it was, good grief, not another wonderful Atlantic Canadian. So they were well represented, and as one of the committee members said one day, Atlantic Canada has sent us its best. So I think, at some point, someday, one might have to answer such a question. It was not an issue. There was no difficulty in going for the most excellent candidates, and I can say that when Justice Rowe came in, we immediately thought, whoa, this guy's a superstar.
Absolutely.
And he wasn't alone.
Very good. And with regard to the terms of reference, I know that the advisory board members must, under paragraph 8, one of them was review applications received from candidates and actively seek out qualified candidates. I take it from what you said that there wasn't a specific emphasis necessarily placed on a certain region because there was so many candidates, good candidates from across the country, but in particular from Atlantic Canada.
Well,
Is that
we asked the groups that we asked to solicit their members and to make sure they got the information were groups from across Canada. The Canadian Bar, all the law societies, but also I think there's a list of about 19 groups, many groups, ethnic groups of lawyers or lawyers with particular interests, I think all of whom have members in Atlantic Canada. But what we were, because of the terms of reference, that the application was open to all Canadians, we blanketed the whole country in terms of asking organizations to assist us. Now, down the line, if there is more time, one could even do more, perhaps, to seek people out. But certainly, as I say, when individuals were recommended to us, we immediately sent them the information and said, your name has been forwarded to us, please review this. And we warmly encourage you, if you're interested, to apply, because we thought that was the appropriate way of doing it, as opposed to singling out. And actually, that might be something that this committee might have some interesting advice about, what is the optimal way to keep to maximize the number of good people who will apply. And that is something where often members of Parliament in their own constituencies may know of people who really have promise. And I'm sure we already do, try to, encourage them to go and get vetted for the Section 96 courts and the trial and appellate levels. But again, it's feeding the pipeline. That's
And now that we know how the process works and it's being better understood, I suppose that will help in formulating people to encourage others to make the application.
Yeah.
With regard to the paragraph 8 of the terms of reference that I mentioned, there's